Oh, for crying out loud. I guess I have to talk about this stupid Peloton thing then. All right, we'll talk about the Peloton ad here in just a second. I got to thank my sponsor, Second Amendment Arms and Range, located in New Carlisle. Of course, holiday season is here. Gift accounts are available right now. So give the gift of Boomstickery without having to ever worry about them losing the gift card or the gift certificate ever again. Go to secondamendmentarms.net for more information. All right, so this Peloton ad thing. So I'm perusing the internet yesterday. I run across, I've been seeing the Peloton ad, which is, Peloton's an exercise bike, really expensive exercise bike. So you spend, like $2,300 for the bike, and then you have to spend monthly to get the personal training. Okay. So this is obviously a niche market thing, but they always do a really big holiday push. And from what I understand, very high quality service, high quality bike. Okay. But I've never actually used one. So anyway, the Peloton ad features a woman who's, thin, attractive. She comes out. She's super excited that her husband bought her a Peloton. Okay, super stoked. So obviously she wanted a Peloton, which is why she's jumping up and down, super excited about this thing. And then what she does in the ad is it's a montage, essentially, of her, doing a self-vlog, if you will, of her getting up and exercising on the Peloton bike every single day. Now, initially, it was something that was difficult, to get up that early, but she did it. She stuck with it. And then at the end of the commercial, it's 1 year later, and she is playing that video that she created for her husband, telling him, "Thank you. I didn't realize how much this was going to change me." And, okay, it's actually a pretty good ad, if you ask me. But naturally, you're not allowed to give women an exercise bike because you're just saying that they're fat. Okay. Well, first of all, I happen to know a lot of bodybuilders and fitness competitors, and it's funny. They all ask for exercise-related and fitness-related items for Christmas. Every one of them. It's kind of strange. How about this? If that's your thing, you're probably going to want some of that. Just like if you're into shooting, you're probably going to want something that is gun-related, right? You're not saying somebody's in danger when you buy them something like that. You're not saying that they're a homicidal maniac if you buy them something like that. And it's just kind of interesting because apparently even Michael Knowles, who's somewhat conservative, he works for the Daily Wire, works for Ben Shapiro, he has a little podcast, and apparently he went off on it too. And I'm just sitting like, what are you talking about? Now, the only hitchhiker's complaint that I have to this whole thing is that she doesn't look any different at the end of that year, okay? But maybe she feels better. And she was attractive and looked like she was in shape at the beginning of the year anyway, so, whatever. There's a lot of people who want this stuff. So they've got these two new exercise equipment things. One's called Mirror, and the other one, I forget the name of it, but whatever. It's a flat exercise system that literally goes against your wall, and one of them has a TV monitor on it. Mirror looks like a mirror when it's not on, and then you have your personal trainer come on, and really it's an exercise-resistant band thing. And it just goes on your wall. But it's so small, it looks like you're just hanging a picture on your wall. That's the niche of it. And my wife looked at me and said, "You know what? I wouldn't mind one of those." Okay, so if somebody asks for something, as this lady clearly did in the ad, then I guess she's not supposed to get it because the husband is a bleep hole for, God forbid, getting his wife what she wanted. But, you've got a bunch of insecure oxygen thieves running around, spewing butt vomit everywhere, and pretending that this is somehow offensive to get a woman something that she wants for the holidays. God forbid you should do that. But again, it's funny too because the people are making like these little bits about who gets a woman an exercise bike, and they all seem to be out of shape. Isn't that interesting? None of them seem to be in any good shape. They don't seem to be athletes. They don't seem to be people who take care of their bodies. So it's kind of, the woman in the commercial looks like she takes care of herself at the very beginning. And that's probably why she wanted one. You don't have to get a piece of exercise equipment because you want to lose weight. Sometimes it's just something that you want to do. They're in New York. Maybe she doesn't want to go to a spinning class in New York. Maybe they live in a place where it takes too flipping long to get to that thing. So I don't know. It just seems, well, she's in Boston. She's not in New York, Boston. But I don't know. It just seems like it's insane. And I just happened to notice it on the Discord server that some people were saying, some conservative commentators are calling it crazy. Then you had the Chive yesterday, which I love the Chive. I love those guys. I got to get them in the studio, by the way. I got to talk with them about their fight with Facebook. So the Chive has had a post about how creepy the ad was yesterday. I don't know. It just seems a little silly to me. It seems like it was a good ad. Abby, welcome to the program. Good afternoon.
Yeah, hi.
Hi there.
You know, every time I think I watch the news and I hear something stupid and ridiculous, somebody comes out and dispels that and trumps it. This has got to be one of the stupidest, most ridiculous things I've ever heard people have fits about. I can't fathom it. What's wrong with cardio? What's wrong with raising our heart rate? It's what we're supposed to do to live longer and to be healthy. It doesn't necessarily mean somebody needs to be skinny. If anybody hearing my voice now agrees with the people that are outraged over this, you're stupid. I'm sorry. It's not in my character to call people stupid. It really isn't. Look,
there's nothing wrong with calling somebody what they are. But here's the thing. And for those of you who think that this is a small issue, first of all, this is all over. Okay, this is a real so-called viral issue. But it's so bad that Peloton stock actually took a nosedive this week.
Oh, I know. I heard.
It's like,
ridiculous.
For selling exercise equipment. I mean, what are they supposed to do? There was some funny comments with people saying, you know what, I want to see the real ad where you buy the Peloton and then people throw their clothes on it. I mean, that was funny. I mean, that was really funny.
I know.
And yes, you can get stationary. You can get stationary bikes cheaper, and yes, you can get cheaper online packages. But there's apparently a whole experience that goes with the Peloton, right? It's a niche market. So what? It's like the African kid meme where he looks up at you and goes, "You mean you pay for water when it's free?"
Right.
Right.
I'm glad you brought it up, Casey.
All right, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And that's where part of this is coming from. It's coming from people who don't believe that you're supposed to tell people they're supposed to be in shape. We had a crazy person on the live stream a week or two ago who was running around talking about fat shaming or something. I don't know. It was just one of those silly, crazy people who just decides to go from one issue to another and not actually say anything that makes any sense. And it's not okay to tell people that it's okay to be unhealthy. Like, you got to get that through your ears. That's not all right. If you're unhealthy, that causes problems, right? And I'm not saying that you have to live your life any way that you don't want to. I've always said, whatever makes you happy. There are, for people out there, there are circumstances, there are things in their life that make them happy. And by all means, do that, okay? But there's no reason to celebrate somebody not being healthy. You know, if you want to live your life the way that you want to live your life, cool, great, that's awesome. But telling people that they can't be healthy, and that when people want to be healthy, that somehow that offends you because you're not, that's silly. It's just one of the dumbest things that I've ever heard, as last caller had mentioned. But like I said, this is actually a big enough issue. All right, so local news, I'm not going to say who, local news tried to pretend that there was some viral issue. Did you see this thing about zip tying you saw that? I didn't see that. All right, I didn't see it at all. And so local news was out there going, there's a viral story going around about zip tying your windshield wipers, and that's where human traffickers are going to kidnap you. So if you come out and you see zip ties on your windshield wipers, run for your life, okay? It's not a true story, but it also didn't go viral. I went back to the original post. You know how many people shared it, and that was after the news agencies picked it up? 8,700. That's not a viral story. But guess what ranks really well on SEO? The word viral. So if you can get away with saying something is viral without it actually being viral, well, then by all means, you can get some extra hits out of that thing. There was more traffic that came to that original story about the stupid zip tie thing than there was when after they were telling everybody it was fake than there was when it originally was released. It's not viral, okay? Most experts agree on videos. It's got to be at least 100,000 views before it goes viral. And if it's a post, you got to have 40,000 hits in 4 hours. And if you don't get to that, it's not viral. But, of course, you got a bunch of media outlets running around going, oh, no, it's totally viral because we want to talk about it and we want to make it a big deal. It's not a big deal. Nobody heard about that story. But they push these things as if they are. But this is actually viral because their stock actually suffered as a result. So people are now attacking Peloton simply because they put out a commercial where this, God forbid, this woman who wants to be healthy asked her husband for a Peloton and was super excited that he gave it to her. And then she thanked him about it a year later. God forbid. We got more coming up. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel.